We're live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Hello. Hello, people out there on YouTube not watching.
Reese is wearing his fancy sunnies just for you people.
Yep.
That wasn't for us.
Yep. And I've got to run. I'm going to be doing a dash midway through the episode, so we'll see that.
Righto.
Got
So
to go
team.
be professional at the day job.
Yeah, I know. First
Yeah.
time you've ever seen me in a uniform that didn't just like a nacho station
Yeah.
hoodie
Yeah,
or something.
it's
Polo
true. It's
and-
true. I feel like you need to go play squash, corporate squash.
Yes, I like
It's
that.
corporate squash
Yeah, I
outfit.
could do.
Yeah, yeah,
corporate
both
squash
of you
with
could.
Both
Yes.
wearing
Mate, that's another video in the making as well.
Yes.
Cool. It is
Like
actually.
the classic.
I've never been to the squash place, right? But I love the building because it's like
Yeah.
super 70s.
Yeah, it is,
Like,
yeah.
I really want to go in there.
All right, done.
Like
We're
we
doing
should
that.
go full corporate squash 70s outfit.
Oh,
Can
that
I
would
wear
be
the
so
70s
great.
like outfit with the little skirt? I love it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that'll be
I can
so
see
good.
the intro shot to that. Slow mo.
Yeah.
And just sweating it up, talking business.
Yeah.
in between
Yes.
games.
Wheeling
So-
and dealing.
Yeah. Get the squash ball to the eye. That'll
Put
be
that in the
great.
Trello.
All right, done.
The squash episode.
Right. So what's up first?
Well, I
we're
reckon-
doing a year in review.
Are we
I got
gonna
a
do-
question. I got a
Yeah.
question for you.
Okay.
What is it?
How's your year been? And you know, what's a big takeaway that you've had? What was this year's season? If 12 months was we're only recording.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. No, I didn't. I haven't pressed record on the audio, so you better go again.
But that was exclusive content. For
That
YouTube
was,
people, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, now we're recording, and the question was, what has the season of your year been? You know, if 12 months was the season, and you only can sum it down to one moment or describe one part of it.
I've actually been I went down a rabbit hole talking about seasons to try and make sense of my 12 months because it can't be broken down to
No.
time has been weird in my year, but I have done and been and evolved so much.
It's been a huge year for
Well,
you.
go
It
and rattle
really
off the
has.
rattle off the short list.
Yeah.
The highlights.
come on.
So just in short, I actually went down a rabbit hole of in Japan. There's a whole thing. I think it's 72 seasons, and every 5 days there's a change, and it's beautiful. You should look it up. And it's hundreds of years old, the thinking around it, but it's really micro changes in the world and really noticing who
Whoa.
you are inside a 5 to 7 day cycle across the year. And I was like, okay, that feels more like me in the last 12 months. So I have, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I spent a lot of this year as the programmer and the manager at the Emporium Creative Hub, where we are right now in the studio recording this podcast. At the same time, at the start of the year, I was still doing my international concert promotion. I had a couple of, I finished up there in February, finally, after 20 years.
Whoa.
So I was doing that at the same time as being the programmer and the
boy.
manager, and I was developing my own business, as we've had a couple of episodes on, and doing some pretty major projects this year. I finished. So I had a huge task at the Emporium Creative Hub of looking for and securing and negotiating the extension, a complete transition of management and governance and into a new ongoing.
Just a little piece of
just
work
that
there.
little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
before we speak about that in any detail, has the embargo lifted at this point with us recording?
It has. Yeah, it would have. Yeah, it will have. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Right.
when this goes live, we can release
yes.
information.
Yes, so we can. Yeah, so as we're about to have the announcement of that. So when
Yeah.
this goes live, we can say that La Trobe University, predominantly the Bendigo campus, headed up by Margot Rourke, are taking over the management of the Emporium Creative
Come
Hub, which is
on.
a really amazing solution. And I was very thrilled about that. But my contract and journey at the Emporium finished back in October. And left me, it's left me kind of, I'm doing heaps of work with Sonic Gold with my own sound things. I've got so much in play, a lot of things with the amazing Caleb from Hebron Films. We've got Yeah,
Man.
meetings and propositions galore coming through.
Galore. And then we've got I would say conservatively 10 more solid concepts for
Yes.
projects that we haven't even looked at yet.
Yeah, it's
Oh
my
so
God, hold on,
2025 is going to be really great. It's so exciting.
It's like secret squirrel business here. I'm like, hold on. Well, this
No,
sounds
no.
exciting.
No,
It's
Reese,
like-
we've probably told you about it.
Yeah,
It's been
you've
in
probably
discussion,
heard
yeah.
bits of it, but it's
Fair enough.
also a case of it's been the momentum in
Yep.
2024. I really haven't been able to stop for a second. There's always I've had to keep going whether I'm tired or not. It's just been one of those ones. So it has been amazing to actually at least take a huge chunk of that work off the table and have a little tiny bit of breathing space to even catch up on sleep. So important. And then, so I'm just spending the tail end of 2024 really just trying to basically spread out all of the pieces on the floor so I can have a good look at them and think about how I move into 2025. That's where I'm at the moment.
Wow.
So that's it in a
Wow.
tiny nutshell. It's been crazy.
Mental.
Lots of
What about-
change. Lots
Yeah.
of moving
And you
parts.
have achieved so freaking much. It's been amazing to watch you rocking it. And honestly, I do a lot of things. I'm not, I more than the average person, I would say, but you, if not equal me, eclipse me in the amount of things that you do, Amy. So, and you've finished well in a bunch of different areas there. And so, man, 2025 is going to be epic for you.
I can't wait. And thank you. That's very kind of you, Caleb. I don't know if that's a competition that either of us want to win.
No, we don't. No.
I'm definitely deliberately
Yeah.
I'm proud and glad I did what I did.
Yeah.
It felt necessary. It felt necessary for the creative community. It felt like I needed to tie that up. It was important. But yeah, that's not something I want to repeat.
No, we're
Ever.
trying to work on that.
Yeah. And, and we talk about it in all of these
Yeah.
episodes in terms of delegation and systems and being able to say yes to the right things and no to a whole lot more
Yep.
things. And I'm
That's
getting
right.
better at it. I
Yep.
notoriously have not been good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Caleb, how's your year been?
Oh man, I tell you what, this has been one of the most roller coaster years. Way more up and down than the pandemic years. Way more. I started the year thinking I might need to close Hebron Films because we were in financial turmoil after our biggess revenue year ever turned very quickly into more than $100,000 less in revenue compared to the same period the previous year. Was intense. That was the most intense journey I have been through in business. And I had to break down my entire foundation of who I was as a business leader and a business person, as a person in general. And I had to let those pieces be put back together in a way that was going to enable me to build a bigger, more successful, more stable building on top of it. And so the first part of the year, the first half of the year was really traumatic. It was turmoil. It was something I would not want.
Around the same time, you took a little hiatus from Country Creatives and focus
right.
on what you needed to
Yeah,
get done.
yeah. I stripped back in a whole heap of areas just to try and survive. And
And how's that working out?
glory to God and the people around me. It has worked out very well. And it turned out to be the most profitable year we had ever had, financial year. At the same time, it was the most tumultuous year we have ever had. Lots less revenue, lots higher profit. Blew me away.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Isn't it funny how whatever high power you want to entrust to, whether it's the universe or God or whatever, that it does put you into those situations, doesn't it? And it's been you've been amazing to watch from the outside, Caleb.
Thanks,
your evolution personally, like in allowing yourself to be vulnerable and honest to the support crew around you. And I've personally seen that in myself too. Like, it's so terrifying when you find yourself in those situations where you find yourself completely in the tar pits, and you didn't realize, you just got there so fast that you there wasn't even time to realize until you're up to your neck in it.
Yep.
And then you can be too scared. Like, so many people just don't tell people where they're at. They don't ask for help.
Yeah.
And everyone's around. That's the thing that's been really visible to me. And I've seen it with you as well, that everyone's around you and everyone loves you and everyone sees what you can be, who you are and where you can be, who you can be.
Yeah.
And just saying, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I need help.
Yep.
It's amazing
It was
how many
huge.
amazing people come in and go, well, I've got this and I've got this and I can do this and I can do, and you're like, whoa.
Well, we might be a little bit special here recording in the Emporium Creative Hub because that's the kind of space that is around us and those who get involved in our creative industries in Bendigo. So that's also a shout out to you. And it's interesting, like hearing you. I've been a little bit less aware of what's actually going on with Caleb, other than knowing that he was, you were going through something.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure that. I'm stoked with the honesty you've just given to all of our listeners about your actual journey, because I was like, I'm not gonna. That's not my thing to ask you about. But the fact that you've come out and really like owned it and reconciled it.
Yeah.
By
Thanks,
the sounds
mate.
of it.
Well, that's what this
not just
year and-
reconciled it,
Yeah.
like
And
you're
smashed it?
soaring. You
Yeah.
are better and bigger and more amazing professionally and personally than ever.
Yeah,
and you will
that's right.
only continue to be more.
Thank you.
Like, it's so great.
Yeah, well, that's what a good year in review episode's all for. And mate, I have to give a shout out to you. I was on the a bus from Melbourne Airport going back somewhere, and I listened to the solo episode you did, and I was just weeping in the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It came at the right time.
It did.
Oh, that's
And they
nice.
were beautiful words that you were sharing about me, and it came at a really, really impactful time. So thank you. Even
that's
though
so
you
nice.
might have not been
No.
fully aware of what was going on, you contributed to a bit of stability and impact there. I'm about to cry now.
Oh, this is good.
So thank you. The only other thing I want to say about this year is there's been a lot of change in me allowing vulnerability to out. I'm endlessly optimistic, but that had created a bit of a mask of everything's fine here. And when everything wasn't fine, it was a process of breaking that down. And I had my best mate came alongside me. Shout out to Dr. Mark Morley. He was really integral in getting me through that period and the business through that period. But it was reflecting now, opening up to people and not just talking about community as something nice, but something integral to the success and sustainability of my life and the continued growth of my life. That's been something I've learned. And I had a vulnerable moment with you, Amy, where you really you came and backed me up when it mattered, and so just reflecting on all the people that are around me when and the amazing results of being open and vulnerable and letting people in and letting people help. Man, it really shows the strength of what a community can be.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he's been the last few episodes. I've been like, wow, Caleb is frothing community. It all makes
and I'm
sense,
the
right?
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
We could bang on. We could bang on about it for the entire episode because
could,
it is
yeah.
that integral. It
Yeah.
really is, and I really don't think unless you've lived it.
Felt it.
Yeah.
You really
yeah.
you know it as a concept,
Yeah,
and you go,
yeah.
oh, that would be nice. Oh, it'd be nice to kind of be around creative people, but it's like, no, it's life changing.
Yeah, yeah.
It really
It
is everything.
Yeah.
Like, and you I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? When you've got these incredibly talented, empathetic, amazing people who can be these things around you, supporting you, working with you, collaborating with you, that you're going to be bigger and more than you could possibly ever be on your own.
Yep.
And particularly when you find yourself in those vulnerable points where you really are like at a crossroads, like
Yeah.
everything could completely
Yeah.
be destroyed.
Yep.
And I found myself in exactly the same place. And it's like, yeah, it literally just, and shout out to David Gagliardi, because he literally,
Yes.
I had a conversation with him in a meeting room here, and he just walked out and just spoke to 4 people and came back and went, it's all sorted.
Yeah.
And I burst into tears because it's just like, I've
Yeah.
never experienced people just going, of course we'll do that. But I also hadn't asked, because I was
Yeah.
exactly like you. I was like, oh no, it's all, I've got it all together.
it.
I can do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it all. We can do it all, but not well.
No.
And
Not as well as
and
we
not for your soul, not
No.
for your well-being. So Reese,
Now, yeah, we could
2024.
speak about the whole thing about community. That's
Yeah.
another episode. But Reese, before you need to leave, I want to hear your
Yeah.
year in review, mate.
yeah.
Whew, well, hard act to follow, and I've only got 2 minutes till I got to get the door, so I'll make it short and sweet, eh?
Yeah.
No, oh, that's great. I'm just so into what you guys have been talking about. All right, me. Okay. I think this year I can sum up a big milestone being the getting control of distraction
Wow.
and a holiday, a 4-week holiday with my lovely partner, cruising around,
yeah.
was a pretty magic way to like do a dopamine reset. And I read some interesting books and like became a bit more inspired with the world again, and was had my attention span back. So there's kind of a result of that as well, I suppose, that I'm currently in, is feeling like I've been able to pay attention to a lot more things that I very specifically want to pay attention to, like work. I'm in the uniform today to go to a launch, a very exciting, like a history-making launch
Wow.
up at the Jara corporate hub there that they're launching today. So it's like there's been, in the time that I've sort of refound some focus, some really exciting things that have sort of edged along for me, like the gallery space that I've mentioned a few times in
Yeah.
Eaglehawk. It's got a name. It's called the Eaglehawk Commons.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, that's so good.
Fantastic.
And there's a committee, a subcommittee we're working through so much detail to figure out how it actually runs, booking forms, who can and can't use it, how do we protect the heritage nature of the building. All very boring stuff that will ultimately, by the time we chip away and build it brick by brick, we'll have it will have arisen. It's starting to open up as a place it's been on the burner for 12 months or longer. And so the end of this year feels like a lot of really big things are coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting, but also like just it's a bit crazy sporadic because I've just realised like a lot of seeds that I planted a long time ago are starting to come into creating more work for myself, maybe more like they demand more attention as well.
Yeah.
So I think we all sort of relate on that front, right? Picking which ones I'm going to continue to water to continue to grow, and maybe giving some things to other people if they're like, oh yeah, I'll keep that one going. Okay, well then hand some ownership over to someone and start to get that happening. So
I've really seen that in you this year. It's been beautiful to watch you. You have had a lot more ease and kind of grace through your year. Like you really just feels like you found a really beautiful balance in your, like the day work, which it's the conversations that I've had with projects. That we've had a few short conversations about projects you're working on. It seems like you really love that work and you really kind of found a foothold into that work. But it's enabled this opening to ideas and looking at things that, as if Nacho Station was your one gig, you'd be ramming those ideas home,
Yeah.
but you don't have to now. And so it's like, oh, I've had an idea about that, but I'll just let that sit over there and I'll have that conversation with that person and I'll do this with Troy Firebrace over here and that's fun, but it's not. And you just have this ease and it's so lovely. And I think the kudos to you for curbing the social media too, because I see that feeding into it's just opened up this portal for creativity and ideas, and that's beautiful to watch because it's the same for you. 2025 is just going to suddenly, all of these seeds that you have planted and watered are going to take off. But you're going to be in a place where you can hand them off. Like you're not going to be having to contain a whole forest on your own. Like, which
That's
again
right.
is that community, because so you have been tapping into that and cultivate. We've done it in crisis potentially initially, but you've done it in a different way, and it's beautiful. It's great.
It's off the back of that too. I think that my crisis was a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, I
or 2
remember.
years
Which you
ago.
totally shared in such a great way.
Yeah.
Like it was so helpful for
Yeah.
everyone out there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like it feels like that's a memory now, not still something to grapple with or to
Yeah.
like just like
Yeah.
I didn't realize burnout would kind of linger for so long.
Yeah.
And well, it took some very deliberate things to shift to finally go, nah, put it away. And now and going, oh, I better not get burnt out. You know, it's like thinking about that, like, oh shit, I've been a bit busy the last month. I better really be careful now and schedule that big summer break or, you know, schedule the downtime.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can manage that.
Hey, can we talk about the year in the review of the podcast a
Oh,
little?
yeah.
Like, because we caught up, the three of us, for a meeting about the future and where we're heading, right?
We
but it would
did.
So it'd be nice to just go have a look at the
Yeah.
pod itself and where we've been and where we're going. And
That's a
where
great
we're
segue,
coming.
and I think I want to throw it to Caleb. I want to make some announcements, or like
Go on.
Caleb too. Is that-
Are you kidding?
no,
Live on air.
no. It's
Quite
more
the
about celebrating you, Amy, again, and your kind of like
Yeah.
gifted role.
Yeah. It's huge.
Same title.
Yeah. It's like on the surface, nothing's changed, but
Yeah.
I'm beneath, everything's changed.
Yeah.
We have seen, Reese and I have been so honored and blessed to have Amy as our editor and producer for the whole time this podcast has been going. It wouldn't have been possible without you, Amy.
Thanks.
But throughout that period, you can speak more to this, but we had a bit of a strategy get together and had said, look, I've been editing this thing. I've been giving suggestions, but in terms of a producer and part of the team, you hadn't really kind of gone, I don't know where really my license is here.
Yeah.
And so we had a strategy chat as a team, and all of us reflected and said, this is something that we want to grow. It's something that we want to continue. And Reese and I were just like, Amy, do you want in? Like, you're already part of the team. Do you want to be like full part of the team? Do you want to be a legit producer?
Did we say that we would be in the tripod with the tripod?
Yes.
That was the analogy,
Yes.
yeah. I did a weird three-pronged
Isn't
hand
it gonna
movement.
stand
I
with
was like, we're a three-pronged.
A tripod. Yeah, and we were going down a great rabbit hole. One leg's going to fall over, two legs are going to fall backwards or forwards, but three, we can stand.
Country creatives can now stand.
Yes. And so,
Certificate,
I mean-
certificate achieved.
yeah. So, I mean, Amy, do you want to share a little bit about your perspective on where you're at now and where the pod's at? And
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. And when we asked what are we thinking about the podcast, and I jumped straight in with, well, I love it because it's fun first. Like
Yeah.
it's not a stress. Even when I'm editing something like late at night, like I still thoroughly enjoy
Love
the podcast. I love the chats. I think it's really meaningful. I think people are getting a lot out of it, and I
Yeah.
love that. And I certainly am. Like every episode that I edit, I take stuff away from you guys. Like, I really do. And so, yeah, it was a no-brainer that I definitely wanted to be involved. So I'm very honoured to get further into the
Yeah.
producing of it.
Yeah.
and building it. And we talked about some really exciting ways that we can do things in real life out there.
Cool.
So watch this space for those, because there'll be some fun times to be
Oh.
had.
It's
I
gonna
want
be
to do a
huge.
shout out to, like, maybe we can snippet this for a reel or something.
Yeah.
Do you want Country Creatives to come to your town?
Oh,
Just drop us a line and we'll try and make it happen.
Yeah, we've got a plan. We've got an idea. So if you want to see country creatives in your country town, we're
Yep.
coming.
It'll be so much
Or
fun.
send us to the city. 2 country boys in the city.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be part of the series for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. So there's so much of that. And so, yeah, I'm just excited to consolidate it and,
Yeah.
to have that. Now I love a good buy-in. I'm all
Yeah. Yeah.
look out.
Look out.
So yeah, I'm really excited about 2025 with just, continuing what is so great about this podcast and really refining it and building it and, making it even more fun. And I think, what were your words? Can you remember? I think yours was growth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was fun. Yours was growth, Caleb and Reese.
Where's your pad?
Oh, no, well, I had fun as well, but I also had no admin.
Yeah. No ad.
I love the clear boundaries.
So good. Yeah, but we're not going to drop, and we're all in lots of ideas at the moment.
Yep.
But I love a little preview and a stoking the fire a little bit. You might be able to see country creatives coming to a TV screen in the following year. You may see us. We've just started live recording and going live on YouTube. So that's a big kind of step forward, which is pretty fun. And so adding ways that we can connect with our community a bit more directly, but then making this fun little podcast into something that has a wider impact is going to be one of my greatest joys in 25.
I'm not really sure if we'll be able to handle the extra attention. I'm a bit of a, none of us really like the camera. Attention.
We're not going to be able to walk out of the studio without having to give autographs.
You're
going
to have to wear these sunnies everywhere, mate.
Visual media now. We can, change the recipe, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, and I think thinking about the podcast, we definitely have to give a big shout out and a thank you to. We've got so many consistent, loyal, beautiful listeners.
how
Like
cool
you
is
tune
that?
in every
That's
single
phenomenal.
episode.
Wow.
And of course, Andre, our number one, like.
He has a competitor.
Whoa! Tell
There's a
us.
competitor
I love
for-
I love a good competition.
Well,
Yes.
she'll probably listen and be like, oh, I know he's talking about me. I'll check with her before I reveal
All right,
names.
until you
Okay.
drop her
Okay.
name
Yeah,
on the
right.
live
But
on the
I've met a
pod.
person who is an amazing sculptor and has
Yes.
two
Yeah,
sculptors.
two sculptors.
And
I think I know who it is.
I
you
do
will know.
too.
I do.
Yeah. But she's amazing, and
She is
she's new to
amazing.
the scene. And she said that Country Creatives helped her find a place to sort of connect in and know what was going on in our regional
Yes.
area.
Very encouraging, actually. I
I was blown away.
I was
Yeah.
blown away.
Yeah, but we heard back when you put the shout out to get some opinion around the live streaming. Straight in with an email. We've got friend in Castlemaine who walks
Come
his
on.
dog around the botanical garden. So shout
Wow.
out to you as you're listening to this episode.
Wow, come on.
Straight back with some response to it, and I
love
love
that.
it.
And what were they?
Well, that was I don't reckon you need to. Obviously, enjoying the audio
Yeah.
version of it, which I'm
Great
in there
audio
too.
fan.
I'm an audio podcast girl. That's how I like to consume podcasts. But and that was what they were saying. It's just that I enjoy
It's
it.
right.
Don't think you need it,
Yeah.
but
I'm not
you know,
going to engage with your videos, basically. But hey, that's fine.
No,
That's
but it was
great.
really
Totally fine.
constructive and
Yeah,
really
that's
great feedback.
Love
And
that.
just lovely to know, like that they're tuning in every week as they
Yeah.
go for a walk. And I know multiple
Yeah.
people who say, "Yeah, it's my go-to podcast as I do this activity."
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
and they listen to it every week, and you get comments, you get texts going, "Gosh,
phenomenal.
that guest," or that thing that
That
Reece
topic.
said about whatever. It's just like it's so nice, so great. So shout out to everyone who is listening because
Thank
I
you.
mean we can't do it there's no point doing it
No.
except for our own ego. It would just be weird if we're just sitting here.
Yeah.
And so
That's
yeah,
been one of
it's
the most
great.
encouraging things, right? Is that that to see a couple of years in, we are having an impact where this is actually valuable to.
We're still here.
We're still here,
Yeah.
and the creative industries are growing
Mm.
and thriving, and we're a little part of that.
Yeah.
How cool's that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's a cup filling exercise.
It
It's
is
a cup
huge.
filling exercise.
Yeah.
Huge.
And it's lovely, I think, touching on the creative industries, because you could get bogged down in. There is an overall sense that the economy is is struggling, and there's there's a lot. The cost of living is crazy, but you're right. Like, creative industries is thriving. Like, it is growing, and it's because of that community.
Yeah.
And the more that we delve, really consolidate that community
Mhm.
and work together, like. We won't have to dwell in the the downer of going, oh, it's just a lost cause. Being an artist is so hard. Like, it's genuine to think about that. But I think anyone out there who is stuck in that at the moment,
Yep.
find your people, reach
Yep.
out, send us a
Yeah.
comment,
Yeah.
like, connect.
Yeah.
Like, just do something little to connect to someone else.
Yep.
And the more you do that, you'll find that you'll stop even thinking that it's
Yeah.
hard,
That's right.
or your definition of hard will
Yeah.
change. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, it's always gonna
work,
be hard.
It's always
yeah,
hard.
there's always going to be challenges and
Yep.
obstacles, and that's fine. That's that's life.
Mm.
But you're going to have the enthusiasm and the energy and the support
Yep.
around you
Yeah.
to do it.
Doing hard things with other people is one of the most fulfilling, life-giving things you could do as a human being, no matter where you're in, what space you're in, and what industry, what country. It doesn't matter what you do. Doing and achieving hard things with other people gives fulfillment, and it gives meaning. And so, the Emporium Creative Hub is one nexus of community and creative industry space. But yeah, I encourage you to reach out,
Yep.
get some people around you, and start to build a group that you're walking the journey with.
100%.
Beautiful. Hey, guys, I'm happy to let you guys keep talking a bit longer if you want to wrap it up and do an intro without me, but I'm going to make a swift exit
Yeah,
right now
come on.
from our
Right.
midway through a podcast recording.
No, that's
You're
good.
such a rock star.
Our new
Reece.
producer is like, what have I got into here? Oh.
Tardy.
Wonderful, Reece, mate.
Congratulations on the opening. Go
Yeah.
and enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good luck to everyone for 2025. I hope that
Bring
everyone
it.
else can sit down with someone and have a chat about, to put a bookmark to the end of the year
Yeah.
and think about what's next, what's coming.
Come on.
Good luck to everyone, including the two of you.
Yay.
Bye.
See you, Reece.
Thank you.
Great
Sorry.
work, mate. No, that's good.
Thank you. and goodbye.
That was excellent. Thanks for giving us that amount of time. That's great.
Catch you soon.
Cool, man.
I think we can probably wrap. We come close. That feels like a good way
Big
to end
time.
the episode.
Yeah.
With connection.
Yeah, perfect.
Well,
That's it. Yeah,
here's to 2025.
here's to 2025. I love that, Amy. That's great.
We should do an intro.
Do a little intro.
Yeah, you can do that. Welcome back.
Yes. All right, I've got it exactly how I'm going to do it too. Who's
on two.
two? Welcome to the end. Oh my goodness, don't freak out. This is Country Creative still, and we're not ending, but we are ending the year. And what we love to do at the end of a year on this podcast is have a little bit of a year in review chat. This episode is jam-packed with such goodness. We have some really amazing kind of time between the three of us. Amy, our star producer, joins us on this episode. And we look backwards at the year and what's been achieved. And I think everyone who is listening will be able to take something out, will be encouraged, will be able to be prompted to reflect on their own year and be really energized for 2025. Let's dive in.
Done. So good. Okay. So we need to do.
We need to do some intros for some replays.
Yeah.
Now we had those written down.
So I had Chris. I nominated Chris Kennett.
You did.
Can speak to that. Did you
Great.
have an episode?
Yes, I did.
Specifically?
I did. I think I've got them on the Trello. That was a great episode.
Oh,
Wasn't
so
that cool?
good. Yes, that was great.
Year in review, put that into
What a year.
recorded.
Seriously.
All right, summer snips, summer series. We've got the book review episode. Sonia Anthony, I can do
Oh,
a
yeah.
intro for.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna ask her what she's doing next. I
Yeah.
haven't done that.
That's all right. There's still time.
Yeah, I
Even
might.
if it can come, because I can schedule it.
That's
later.
right. I will reach out to Sonia and
Yeah,
get
I
that.
think that would be so valuable.
That would be phenomenal. Righto, we won't do one for her then. Book review and Chris Kennett, and we were going to do a summer snip.
Oh, the book review, the one where you both. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Yep.
got so I'll do that one. You can do Chris.
Yep.
And then Reese and I will record another summer snippet. We've actually got another guest coming in next Friday
Oh, cool.
to tell some film industry BTS stories.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Gossip session.
Yeah. pretty much. Yeah, he's worked in Canada for ages. But anyway,
And he's in Bendigo now.
Yep.
Who's that?
Dan Walsh,
Hmm,
Daniel Walsh,
there you go.
I think. He's a legend.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, righto.
So do you want to do the book review?
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
do- yeah, I'll do
and
the
I'll
book
do the Chris Kennett one?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
And what are we
a winner.
calling this again? What do we call it? The
summer series.
Summer, is it just summer series?
Yeah.
Did we call it something else before? I don't know. Summer, yeah, that was
Summer series. It's like it sounds
Yeah,
like a
sure.
sporting series, but that's fine.
So is it recording?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Country Creatives Summer Series. You've got Amy on the mic here, and I'm just dropping in because we're having a little bit of a break over summer so that we can dream up amazing ideas and guests and topics to bring to you on Country Creatives in 2025. But in the meantime, we thought we would bring you some of our favorite episodes in case you miss them or they just need a re-listen because they're that good. And I want to bring you one of my personal favorite ones from 2024. It was a chat that Caleb and Reese had with Chris Kennett. Chris is a local illustrator and author of children's books. And this conversation, I found it so inspiring. And the reason that I found it so inspiring was because it really illustrated the wins that can happen, the growth that can happen in your creative career when you just do the things. Stop thinking about it. Have a go. Sending that email is not a thing. Just do it. And Chris proves that over and over with some enormous wins that you would say, oh, that's just luck. Maybe. But it wouldn't have been luck if he hadn't have sent the email or he hadn't made the phone call. He wasn't doing it as a hardcore salesperson. He was just going, I really like doing this type of thing. So I can see that company needs people doing that kind of thing. I might just shoot them a line and see what they think. And suddenly that's his income for the next 5 years. And that is the platform for the next big growth in his career. And I found that so super inspiring. And it's just a great journey. So please enjoy this terrific conversation and check out Chris Kennett's books online. All the links are in the show notes. And keep enjoying your summer.
Oh, nailed it. That was so good.
I
All
loved
right.
it. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
conversation.
Nailed it.
It's not even risk taking. That was the thing that I sat back at the end. I'm like, it's not like it's not risk.
No.
It's not like he's like,
No.
everything's on the line here and he's
No.
really taking a chance. He's just like, I'll just send them an email.
Yeah.
I'll just send them my manuscript. It's not even I'll just send them my idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I drew some dinosaurs. I'll
Yeah.
see if they want one.
I love that. And they came back and said, you're not actually allowed to do this,
Yeah,
but
But
we'll give you a go.
And he's got an enduring relationship with them.
Yes.
Like they're his main publishers still.
Yeah, yeah. How
Like,
crazy is
far
that?
out.
How crazy is that? I love
It's
that episode.
great.
All right, so
I
the
also love his first artwork was on a butcher shop window of a cute pig. I'm like, I'm a vegetarian and I still found that funny.
That's
That was
great.
his first commission.
Yes,
Cute pig on a butcher shop window.
it's too good. I've got to find the actual name of the books that we reviewed.
yeah.
It was The Art of Creativity, and I misquoted someone in that episode.
Oh, you can rectify it now.
I can. I think.
It's your chance for redemption.
I got to remember what the misquote was.
I want Reese to do a tile with the authors because they're so different.
Oh yeah.
Like if you see Rick, what's his face, the author of
Oh great.
Reese's book, he's just like this dude with this big grey beard and he's just like no shoes.
Yes.
And then you've got corporate,
Yeah.
Silicon Valley
Yeah.
vibes going
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah.
It's
Big time.
It's so good. And then I think he needs to Photoshop you two in there, like with each of your.
That's a great idea.
people.
That's
It's
so
so fun.
good.
Rick Rubin. That's it.
Rick Rubin.
Do you want me to look up?
Oh yeah, look at him. Look at him go.
He's so great.
Far out.
You can so see why Reese loves him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's just,
Yeah, the creative act. Is that the
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, it is with the circle. Yeah, the
Yes.
creative act, a way of being. That says
So
it all.
embrace that as well.
And then my one was the Pixar story,
Mm.
Creativity Inc.
Yes,
Um,
both great. It was a great episode.
by Ed Catmull. And the creative act, a way of being, by Rick Rubin. And I think it was. No, I'm not gonna. I'll probably misquote the thing I misquoted, so I won't do that. I'll be like correcting something that didn't actually happen. That's fine. All right, cool. And I'll go like that. And I'll go like that. I'm learning so much about what Macs can do. I did a little thing the other day, and I was able to move my mouse from my laptop to my iPad.
Yeah. That's the thing about the integration. Like it can be you just like, oh my god, I'm like being
What?
locked into this thing, but it's like
What?
there's a reason. Like
What?
the compatibility is wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
just screen sharing straight from onto your laptop and
Yeah.
just simple things like that is great.
Honestly, phenomenal.
Mm.
Okay.
Copying and pasting here and like I love that feature. Copying
that
on my
feature.
phone, pasting on my laptop. Best.
So good. So good. All right. This is Country Creatives, and it is the summer series. You are about to listen to an episode, a replay of one of my favorites of the year. It is our book review episode. Reese and I talk through two different books that have really deeply impacted our creative journey over this year. And Reese's book is The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I love this because, and I'll let Reese tell you the story of why he loves it and how he has been listening to it. But what I loved about the episode was that you could see Reese's development and him stepping into part of his persona and uncovering what is deep inside him as a true creative and having that as his as his real value apart from anything else. And it's pretty. I haven't read the book, but it's kind of speaks about, as you can probably imagine from the name, a way of being. It's really about creativity as a part of life and how, really philosophical kind of things, but really beautiful. And I saw Reese be really fueled by that, and add that to who he is and how he thinks. So that's really cool. The book that I reviewed was Creativity Inc. Man, so good. It's a long book, but it's written by Ed Catmull. He is the founder of Pixar. And talk about the cross between creativity and business. This is one of the best I have ever read that tackles the nexus and how to balance creativity with business. Pixar has it could not have survived. Well, it couldn't have survived without Steve Jobs. Let's be honest. But in its growth, it couldn't have survived if it wasn't eventually profitable. But they have creativity as their main purpose. How does this business enhance and support creativity to be the main product? And so that was just really instructional, really phenomenal for me as a business leader in a creative business. But anyone who is, it doesn't matter if you're just a manager of people in a non creative industry business, or if you are a solo creative, this book will have something for you. And I unpack it a little bit more and what I got out of it in this episode. So strap in, enjoy, and keep enjoying your summer. I picked up on that little line. I was like, yeah, keep enjoying your summer. I like that. That's good. Great.
Do we have anything else that we need to tick off?
There is no, I don't. Let me have a look at the Trello. That's Chris. That is book review.
So you'll do Sonia
I'll get
at some point,
Sonia.
and then that will be the 3 summer episodes. We've got one in the bag with Les that I'll be doing for next week. So that'll come out
Yes.
next week. You're doing one
Next Friday.
next Friday.
Yep.
So we'll be right until
We'll be
February.
right. Sweet. Wow.
Which is ace.
That is
nice
ace.
to be.
Wow, how
Let's
good's
have
that?
sorted.
All right.
Um,
Well,
and I can maybe do editing in one chunk.
yes. And then just
then
you
just-
can
I can
enjoy your
actually
summer.
have the summer.
You'd be like,
Yeah, that would be great.
floating on air. I
Schedule
love
it
it.
all in. And I'll just get some tiles. We'll have to just get. So we'll need to do have some photos in the bag of you two.
Yeah,
particularly,
yeah.
For episodes where,
Yeah.
there's just you chatting because we've kind of used all those original ones to
Yeah.
death in the tiles. Like
Totally.
they're great, but yeah, we need
They'd
more.
be done.
Yeah, so I don't know. Should we get like Dave Dara?
Yeah,
in
we should.
just to do
Yeah.
a shoot.
Yes, we should.
Or outside or
Yep.
inside. I reckon
Both.
out. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Let's do that.
Maybe we'll. Should we do that before the end
Yes,
of the year?
we
It
should.
would be great.
Yep.
Is he in today? Maybe we can ask him.
I'll
Anyway.
angle him. Yeah, we'll find him.
Yeah. that would
That's
be
a good
great.
idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. Then we've just got a whole bunch. Yeah.
Love it.
That would be cool.
All right. Thanks to all of those people watching on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we're still here. Hi. Gosh, I
That
didn't say anything incriminating. It's all right.
that's our recording session done.
Yay.
Catch you next time.
See ya.
That's so cool. That was great.
Yay.
And it's so cool that we can just